Things are quiet now. But you won't believe how quickly the world came apart. The lights in the sky. Fires. The endless cold. Those who've survived have been brought to their knees. On their knees, they'll pray they make it through winter. When I was a doctor, I heard those same prayers. People hoping against hope. I couldn't do anything for them then. I'm not sure I can help them now, but I need to try. I know you're out there somewhere, fighting to survive for another day in a world that's forgotten us. Whatever happens, whatever you do, don't give up. Remember who we were. Don't let this new world break you. And I will see you again.
Hello, everybody. Okay, why is the camera not working? Great, now my camera's not working. Of course it isn't, because that's just how life goes some days. How's everybody doing? We'll get the camera working here in a second. I must have bumped something as I came in. No webcam detected. Okay. I hope you're all having a good day. And welcome on in. Technical difficulties as usual. Hey, look at that. I think we got it. I think we got it. Should see my bright and smiley there in a second. Hey, there we are. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to some Long Dark today here on the channel. We are going to get back into our 50 days in every zone file. We are on day 236. We have 15 days or less. We have less than 15 days left here in Desolation Point. We've had a very successful time in Desolation Point. We got our forge run done. We got bows and arrows made. We got a knife, a hatchet. We killed 2 moose. Not 1, but 2 moose. Got moose hide satchel and a moose hide coat. We also made a wolf skin coat. We killed a bear. Yeah, we're doing pretty dang good in this zone. You know, we'll have to decide at some point what we're gonna take to other places, but yeah, we're doing decent. We're not doing too bad at all. Not too shabby. I even got some meat curing because we got a meat cure. I got some more acceptable prepper's pies going. As you can see, we got plenty of food. Got another wolf coat down there, or another wolf pelt down there, and we got a few more rabbits. I'm not sure how many more rabbits I need to get the achievement, but we are trying to kill some rabbits with the fire hardened arrows so we can get that achievement. We have to kill, I believe it's 25. I want to say 25 rabbits in one file. So, oh, Jesus Christ. Bulgario, thank you for the bear apocalypse. How you doing today? And hello, Bavella. Hello, UC. How are you? Hope you are all doing really good. Grab just the meat off of this guy real quick. These are little tiny rabbits. Use my knife because why not? I saw something cool come through work last night, so I got myself some candies. They're these little white, like nougat with little jellies in them. Used to have them all the time as a kid, and I haven't seen them in years. So I was like, that sounds really good. I'm doing okay. Today's not been a bad day. I don't have to work till late tonight, so I get to stream a bunch today, which is kind of nice. I'm glad you're feeling better, though, Yusi. Supposed to eat the rabbit meat, because why not? Throw this gut down here. Move Mr. Rabbit Meat out here. I've got 2 more rabbit meats. I'm just going to cook those up. Oh, it's only 4 minutes. Okay. That's not much of a cook. And 21 minutes. Okay. Let's get the 4-minute one done. And I think we can take the gut in 10 minutes. There we go. Do that real quick. Got a little time left on that. Go ahead and drink a little water. Yum, yum. Let's make up a little more water while we're at it. And then I do want to make some fire-hardened arrows. Getting more fire-hardened arrows is good because we need them. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. The bow that we're using is in really low quality, but that's okay. All right, that gave us 3 more fire-hardened arrows. It's perfect. I don't think there's any other rabbits out here, but we'll check. Oh god, that deer scared the crap out of me again. Oh, we got cedar on the ground. Yeah, let's take a cedar limb. Oh, our water. Dang it, I forgot about our water. Uh-oh. 50 days in Sundered Pass. Sundered Pass is going to be probably the last zone that we do. How you doing, Sean? Yeah, Sundered Pass will be the last one, mainly because we're going to be doing... So our plan right now, Sean, is go to Blackrock after Desolation. So right now, we're going to go from Desolation up to Blackrock, because we've already done Ash Canyon, Timberwolf, Pleasant Valley, Coastal Highway. After Desolation, we're going to go challenge Blackrock and spend 50 days there. Then we're going to go to Mystery Lake, then into Bleak Inlet, then Forlorn Muskeg, Mountain Town, and then into Hush River Valley. Then finished up with 50 days in Broken Railroad. At that point, we will be heading to the Far Territory, and we will be doing the Tails as well. So we're going to spend 50 days in Forsaken Airfield, and then after our 50 days in Forsaken Airfield's done, we're going to quickly go back and get the bunkers in Pleasant Valley, Hush River, and Bleak Inlet, and then go to Zone of Contamination for 50 days and do the quest there, and then go to Sundered Pass for 50 days and do the quest there. That way we can do the Tails quest as we do the rest of it. But no, Sundered Pass is definitely, that's high level skill action there. We won't be quite doing that yet. I know you want to see me do it, though. The main thing that holds us back from that, Sean, is one of the rules I established in our challenge is that when we're in a zone, the only zones we can go to are zones that are adjacent to either that zone or a zone that we have previously spent 50 days in. So after Desolation Point, really the only 2 zones available to us are either Blackrock or Mystery Lake, because those are the 2 adjacent zones to the zones that we've already spent 50 days in. We can't skip through a zone, I guess is what I'm saying. So we can't skip through a zone. We have to progressively go through them in a certain order to get to the next zone. Let's drop the gut. Bye-bye, gut. Yeah, it's been a fun series so far. I mean, it's got It's definitely changed now that we got our bow. We don't have to be as timid as we did before. So now that we have a bow, we can actually be a little more bold. Drop a few more sticks, grab a little more coal. Oh, I got 10 coal. I got 10 coal and 5 cedar on me. I forgot I had all that cedar on me. Is it still warm out here? Oh, heck yeah. Let's get another cedar limb.
No power in the verse can stop me.
Call me Chalk. How you doing? How you doing? It just makes it, Sean, so that you can't just skip over zones because you're like, well, that's kind of a hard zone. I don't want to do that one next. Having to do them progressively definitely makes you think about stuff a little bit differently. Oh. I'm doing good, Chalk. How are you doing today? We're just gathering supplies.
I can't feel my feet.
I want to take all that with me. All right, we're warming up in here right now. Hey, Beetlebee, good to see you too. You're doing good though, Chalk. I'm glad you are. Hope you're. I'm glad you're having a good day. We only got. I think now we only have 14 days left in this zone. 13 days. 13 days. It's time for us to start thinking about what are we going to take out of this zone. That's going to be very interesting.
I'm gonna need to rest soon.
I bet all the zones without the bow was interesting, buddies, from breakfast to lunch and dinner. You know, that, and we got really good, Sean, at chasing deer into wolves. We actually got really good at it, but yes, we did capture, let's look at our stats on the rabbits real quick. Rabbits, we got 256 snared rabbits. 317 total kills. Figured I'd go get the cairn, why not? Quite a warm day, yes it has been. It's been quite a warm day here as well. It feels like an aurora is coming on for tonight. Either way, we're gonna go spend the night in the lighthouse. Yeah, I think it got up to 95 here today. What was our high today here? Oh, it's 98. It got up to 98 today. Holy crap. Yeah, it feels like an aurora's coming on tonight. I don't know why I feel that way. I just feel that way. I feel that way. Well, you know, on our other... So we did this challenge, Sean. We did this challenge a while ago. We did it actually prior to Tales from the Far Territory coming out. And I think on that one... I'd have to look back. That's our longest one we ever had. And on that one, we went ahead and snared 439 rabbits, killing 608 total during that run. So that's not even close to what we snared on the other run. Getting a lot of rain in Nebraska, Beetlebee. Well, that's nice. I wish we were getting rain here. Yeah, it's supposed to be 97 tomorrow, then going down into the 80s and 70s for the weekend, so that's good, I guess. Well, now the snow's coming in, so that makes me think maybe no aurora. Hi, Cass. How you doing? You're getting rain there as well? Nice. Terry. How are you? Hello, hello. Sorry you missed this. Oh, well, don't worry about it. You can always catch up on YouTube. You're good, tired. I'm a bit tired too. Oh, I forgot we had meat up here as well. Look at us being all prepared. We got food everywhere.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Oh, it's dark in here. Bedroll. Ding, 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 ding. Up the stairs we go. Ha ho, ha ho, ha ho. There's our window and there's our bed. Well, the good thing is we're super duper tired, so we can just sleep. A whole barn full of rabbits. Yeah, Pleasant Valley is a very big rabbit area. You know, I think the reason we have less rabbit kills this run than we did the other run is this run we used the deer wolf mechanics to better use and got a lot more of them to run into each other in this run than we did in the original run. We kind of learned from that original run what we could do with the deer and the wolves. And this run, we got a lot more of them to run into the wolves than we did the first time. So we didn't have to utilize them as much. Hey, I got a rabbit and a rabbit gut there. Let's grab this chair real quick. Got a little more light out. There we go. Yeah, we broke down most of the stuff in this place. Alright, let's head over to Hibernia. We gotta drop the salt off. Let's eat a little food out here. Actually, yeah, I'll eat one piece of moose meat here. Then we'll eat a little more food when we hit the Riken over here.
Kinda heavy.
When we hit the Riken. Yes, number one. Make it so. Milton Basin has tons of rabbit. Oh, Milton Basin. Milton Basin is the chef's kiss for camping and getting rabbits. And now that you can cut holes in the ice, you can also fish in Milton as well, which is amazingly awesome. You have trees down everywhere, Beetlebee? Oh my goodness. I hope your home's not affected either. Either affected or affected. Either one. I'm sure our snow shelter's not doing that great. Do I even have my fish tip-ups on me? I do not. I don't have any fish tip. Oh, they all broke, didn't they? Yeah, all my fish tip-ups broke. I don't even know if it's worth having the snow shelter over here anymore. Are we really gonna fish anymore here? I don't know.
Can't feel my hands.
Let's go see where our snow shelter is. It may take too much. It may take too much to repair at this point. Do I have any cloth on me? I got 5 cloth on me. Yeah, we haven't been over here in a while. It may even be ruined at this point. I don't know. Nope, it's not ruined. Oh, it's at 70%. Oh, yeah, let's repair it.
Freezing.
Heck yeah. Look at that. Look at that weather out there.
Goddamn freezing.
Alright. Yeah, my tip-ups went bye-bye. I can either make some more tip-ups or I could just be like, yeah, I'm good. It just depends if we want to fish in the next few weeks or not. I could just fish the old-fashioned way, too. We already got some coho out here, though, so... Hey, Salt Smoker, how you doing? This may be the last Desolation Points, session, or the next one might be the last one with us transitioning to Blackrock. It's either the last or the second to last. Let's put it that way. Let's see. What did I need to do here? Oh, I wanted to. Oh, I want to craft up my fishing gear. Let's do that real quick. It's probably not our last session because I'm only going to be going for about 2.5 hours tonight. About 2.5 hours. Yeah, Syntis, it's nice that that spot's out there that you can build it on and you can have your fish traps right by it. Now, what I'm curious about is if I can dig the hole, then get into my snow shelter and fish from the inside the snow shelter. That's what I'm curious about. I'm gonna take a coho with me just in case. Yeah, just cause.
Drop any of this gear.
See, I can reach the campfire, but if I get rid of the campfire, I'm wondering if we can reach this hole from the snow shelter. Yeah, it just morbid curiosity, you know? I don't think we'll be able to. No, we can't. Damn it. Oh. Oh.
Fingers feel numb.
I almost want to see if we could build it closer, but if I remember right, that was as close as we were able to get it. That was as close as we were able to get the snow shelter. Alright, we got no Maglen's chance. Let's just use our lower fire striker just cuz. Fiddlesticks, I know, fiddlesticks! At least the weather's not too bad out here right now. $100-mile-an-hour wind speed will be? Holy crud. Hey!
Well, there we go. You caught a fish. Yay! And it's a coho salmon. I'm a formidable West Coast fish. I grow to a good size. 4.79 kilos with a little bit of vitamin C. Somehow. I don't know. Maybe it's because I ate an orange one day. I ate an orange that fell into the water, and that gave me some vitamin C. Just don't think about it. Don't think about it at all. Welcome to Puppetry of the Fish.
Aw, what a nice fishy boy. What a nice fishy boy. He's not as good.
He's not as good as fish as I am. I'm a very good fish. I'm Charlie the Coho, and yeah, I do a little routine here. You know. What do you call a fish with no eyes?
I can barely walk with this.
Yeah, he wasn't that good. Oh, shoot. And there went our fire, and here comes the storm. Good Lord. Good Lord, Landig Ocean. Yeah, while you play with fish, time actually passes? Yes, it does. Wow, we're actually warm in here. We're actually warm in here without the bedroll. There, now it's going negative. Our clothing's doing okay, though. Our clothing ain't getting wet, although that went down in quality a bunch. Surprising how quick that hat goes down. yeah, bye-bye. Nope, not doing that. We ain't staying out there. Not when the Riken's right next to us. Hey, Magic Jack, how you doing, buddy? Woo! Let's go. All right, let's get the Rockefeller fish there. And we'll get a fire in here. We'll cook these fish up real quick. Cook the fish up. We'll cook the fish. We're gonna cook the fish up, and then we'll go do the other things. I do want to go over to those trailers and get some cloth out of them if I can. We'll use the stick to make our fire. There we go. And then throw in the coal and throw in to reclaim the wood. Wow, it makes it so dark in here. Alright, let's get these coho cooked up. While that's cooking, I'm gonna grab myself a little bit more of my candies. I bought myself a bag. Bought myself a bag of Jujube nougats. Yum yum. Magic Jack with a 62-month resub. And it's a tier 2 resub as well. Thank you so much, Magic Jack, for the 62 months and for all the gifted subs you've given out in the channel. Appreciate it very much, my friend.
Missed you for like 2 days, man.
Aw, well, we're back today, so we're back today, buddy. Appreciate it, though. But yes, I got this bag. They're these little white. Here, we'll go big head real quick. There are these little white nougaty, like little white nougats that have like little jelly things in them. I don't know if you remember those. I remembered them. I saw them come in through Amazon, and I was like, ooh, I want to grab a bag of those. So I got on and ordered myself a bag. I just remembered them from when I was a kid, and I was like, oh, those. I want to have some of those. I do hate that they're all individually wrapped, but I get it. There we go. But yeah, it's just a little white nougaty. Yum. Mmm. As a kid, I would always pick out all of the... I'd pick out all the little jelly parts. I'd eat those first and then eat the nougat afterwards.
Feels like a lot of gear.
I found him one time in Gannigan. I ordered 6 pounds. Oh god. I think this was a 10-ounce bag. So not even a pound. Alright, let's get a little more water since we're here. Do I have anything else to prepare up or craft or... Oh, you know what I can do? We can sharpen our axe up. Mmm. Well, you know, Marley, back in the day, you'd order a bag like this, And they would all be, you know, they'd just be open inside of it. They wouldn't be individually wrapped. But I have a feeling they individually wrapped them now. Because probably somebody sued them for them not being wrapped, and so, yeah. Somebody had to ruin it for everybody else. Hey, Chad, how you doing, buddy? How's it going? Hope you're having a great day, Chad. Let's grab ourselves a torch. Go put this charcoal over here. I forgot that I broke a fire down, and that gave me a whole crap ton of charcoal. There we go. Oh, I also have a defunct. There we go. You didn't know that till they came? Yeah, I think probably somebody, like, something happened and they had to individually wrap them because somebody complained or somebody caused a problem, you know? And so now they individually wrap them all up in plastic, which is just so annoying. But, oh well. It is what it is. Always love Baby Ruth bars and stickers. I love Baby Ruth. I love a good Baby Ruth bar. The weather's as hot as Satan's butt crack. Now, the question I have, Chad, is how do you know how maybe Satan has a completely nice, just normal, you know, non-hot butt crack. How do you know his butt crack's actually hot? It could just be normal temperature. He could just be chilling like a villain, you know? You never know. I'm just saying. I mean, I suspect you're right, but you don't really know. Wow, so tonight we get the Aurora. I see.
Someone's gotta go.
I'm gonna go see if we can get another, I want to see if we can get another, buffer memory. The story dictates he's burning hot just like me. Well, there you go. So for your story, it fits. That's good. That's good enough. That's a good enough reason for me. I just say if you're out there, boys and girls, and it's hot, make sure you drink lots of water, stay hydrated. Stay cool if you can. Get in the shade if you can. I figured we'd come over here and see maybe we can get another buffer memory. I don't know. I mean, we have nothing else to do. Oh, it already turned off. Son of a biscuit. God dang it. Dag nabbit. Look, there was a buffer memory too. It already went away. Son of a bee sting. It's very hot here today too. It's up to 98 degrees today. So for here, that's pretty warm. It's not. I don't know what the humidity is. That's another factor, of course. So it's it feels like it's 101 with the humidity. Let's see. What's the humidity right now? Yeah, our humidity is only 28%, but it feels like it's 101, although it's 98 right now. Okay, why does it keep doing that? I was just trying to look and see what the next few days are going to be. So tomorrow's supposed to be 97, then 83, and then down into high to mid 70s for the rest of the week. So that's not too bad. It's not too bad. For those of you suffering under extreme heat, I'm sorry. Yeah, honestly, for me, Anna, anything over 90 is just unbearable. I'm just good. I'm just like, nah, I don't want to be out in it. I don't want to be doing it. There we go. Get some more arrows made. There we go. I figured since we're here, we might as well get a few arrows made. I want to go out and take down a bunch of cloth bedrolls and stuff in the huts around here. So we're gonna go hit up the huts real quick. They're a great place to get some cloth. Was 90 in your house? Well, right now it's 85 in the house. Well, it's 85 here in the room because I got the heat on, or I got all the computers on. So it's heated up pretty good here in the room right now. But I got fans and stuff, so it's not too bad. Is that normal this time at nominal for this time of year? Pretty much around here, yeah. It's not that outrageous. It's pretty much regular temperatures for us. I mean, and honestly, the thing is, Beetlebee, it's like it's 90 for a couple of days, and then guess what? It's gonna go down to the 80s and the 70s for about a week. That's the thing, yeah, it's really hot right now, but then it drops down to the 80s and 70s for a whole week, so you're my fan, UC. Aw, thank you. Aren't there some bedrolls in here? I can't take the mattresses down. Pillow. I can do that. There we go. Pillow. There we go. Your phone is giving you heat warnings all day. I guess I can take this wood too, why not? There's another pillow. Nice. That's all that was in here, huh?
I can carry much more.
I thought there was more in here. I thought there would be a couple bedrolls at least. But nope. Oh, there's another pillow. Nothing behind it, though. I cannot pick those mattresses up. That's annoying. There we go. That makes me feel better. There we go. There, now I can walk through places a little bit easier. See, like I don't like these beds. Oh, oh wait a second, is that mattress? Oh, that mattress is touchable. Why is it not? That's weird that it was not available on that bed. It didn't like move with the bed. That's very weird. You're like, why is this mattress not allowing me to move it either? So weird. Yeah, the biggest problem putting these mattresses on the bed is you have to target one of the slats on the bed. To place the mattress, you have to put your cursor over one of the slats, and then it doesn't always work too well. Oh, look at that. None of those mattresses want to come with this bed. Really? Gonna be that big of a pain in the ass, are you? We're just gonna spend some time getting these beds fixed up. Oh my goodness, house! What? Can you build and train cars? No, unfortunately. House, thank you for the 40 month. Woo! Thank you so much, my man. For that beautiful 40-month resub.
Subscribed for 40 months. It was 103 today, but being south of Sacramento, we get a breeze at night, coming from
103
/ Bay Area. So 65 overnight.
Holy crap, but it was 65 overnight. That's not too bad. See, now I get stuck in there, though. I can't, for some reason, I can't take these beds down. I don't know what's up with that. Those mattresses are all weird. That's so strange. These mattresses do not want to be... Oh, there's a bedroll right there. Nice. That gives me like 6 cloth right there. Beautiful. Well, thank you for the 40 month. I'm so sorry it was 103 down there, but it sounds like you'll get a little bit of relief tonight, House. So that's always good news. A little bit of relief will go a long ways. All right. Speaking of relief, let's go to the other building over here. Let's go to the other hut. How much cloth do I have on me now? I got 18 cloth on me. That's not too bad. Oh, I do have a lot of guts and hides, too. I need to put those away. I keep looking for the wolves out here. I don't see none. Very odd. I think I might have already taken the pillows from this one, but I'm not 100% sure. It'll be in the high 80s next week. Well, that's not too bad. Oh, there were no pillows in here. I straightened everything up, but yeah, there were no pillows in here. Okay. I need to go grab a couple whetstones, because we do need a couple more of our whetstones. We've already burned through like 2 of them. That's what happens. Early on in the game, you're burning through a lot of whetstones. But that's okay, we have a bunch left, so I'm not too worried about it. Oh, I'm dying here. Oh, poor Will. I'm just gonna drop my wood here, and then pick up what I want to take with us. Keep 1 stick on me, because that's always good. We got guts in here. Definitely have a lot of guts. We got like 30. We got like 40 guts in there. I think we're. I'm gonna say I think we're good on guts now. We've got a wolf hide, a bear hide. We got a bunch of deer hides. We got a bunch of rabbit hides too. I'm gonna put some of my cloth in here. Put 8 of the cloth in there as well. Grab out a couple whetstones. See, we still have what? 5 whetstones left even after we take those. So that's not bad. Let's throw in our rose hips. There we go. And let's see, do I want anything else in here? I got a red flare, so I'm good there. You know, I'm just going to put the travois in there because I'm not really going to use the travois right now. We're going to use that when we get to the new zone, so... There was an option to just make to make them just stop. To make who just stop? To make what just stop? Break that down. And then let's go ahead. I'm going to drop the 1 oil here. I think this is my 100% hacksaw. Yeah, it's my 100% hacksaw. Fill up our storm lantern when we can. There we go. I don't think there's anything else I want that's in there at the moment. Nice thing is we can go up to 45 kilos now when we leave the zone. So we'll still have to pare down a lot of what we want to take and what we don't want to take, but we're doing a lot better now. If there was to stop them talking, well, you can. I mean, you can do it, but I love to have them talking. It's part of the fun to be able to talk back to Will and Astrid. That's part of the enjoyment of the game. I got 1 fish in there that's 83% cured. Oh. Forgot, that's the other thing. I was like, why am I so heavy still? I have like a bazillion salts on me. There we go. We'll get all this salt in here. Got 7 liters of salt in there already. And now the salting box is all completely full back up too. I don't know if I'm actually going to salt anything else while we're here, but we have plenty of salt left for if we ever come back. Now, once we finish this challenge, we are going to try to go for 1,000 days on this one file, because that is an achievement that I do not have. So once we finish up this challenge, we'll go for the 1,000 days, and we'll try to get that on this file. And, you know, if we live that long. There's always the if. There's always a chance that we'll die, but... Let's go get the best of the rest of our meat out of the... Let's go get the rest of our bear meat. The best part of this game is when you make fish stock. Hey now. I like that too. It's so weird there's no wolves around here. I killed the wolves down here a long time ago. And they still haven't respawned, which is strange. Especially since once I killed the wolves, I harvested them up. Fish tacos, yum yum. So weird. So we got a little bit of meat left in here. We're just gonna grab this and put it in a Hibernia. Usually on a regular file, I would just leave it in the cave.
I need to drop some.
Because we would use this cave if we ever got cabin fever. We'd just come up and chill out in this cave. But because we turned cabin fever off on this run, well, we didn't turn cabin fever off. Since we took the Settled Mind achievement, we're immune to cabin fever. And so I don't have to worry about it. But usually on a regular run, I would leave food and water in that cave so that we could go there and we could chill out if we needed to. I'm actually going to take this bear meat over to the church, I think. We've slowly worked our way up. We now have 19 arrows, boys and girls. And we also have 3 fire-hardened arrows as well. And 19 arrows is probably more arrows than we'll need for the rest of the game, but it's nice to have. It makes me feel good about having them. It makes me feel good. Okay, I can't stop eating these damn things because they're really good. I can't stop eating these little nougat bars. Does going into the mines offset cabin fever? This kind of mine, no. If you go into this kind of mine, you are actually going to keep getting cabin fever risk. Because this kind of mine does not help you with cabin fever in the least little bit. Because this is technically indoors. Basically, most of the time, I'd say 90% of the time, 95% of the time, the delineation between indoor and outdoor, the delineation between, yes, this will cause you to get more cabin fever, or no, it will not cause you to get cabin fever, is if you have to zone in. If you have to zone into a building, it will give you cabin fever. Now, there are some exceptions to that. So if you, like the Mountaineer's Hut, the Mountaineer's Hut is an exception to that. The Mountaineer's Hut, even though you don't have to zone into it, you can get cabin fever inside of it. I believe that the lookout towers act in the same way. You can get cabin fever inside of them, even though you've not zoned into it. As far as I know, the porch on the farmhouse in Pleasant Valley acts the same way. You can get cabin fever on the porch, even though you don't zone into it. So there are a few locations that can give you cabin fever, even though you have not zoned into it. I want to see if we can get this deer, baby. If we get another deer, that would be just the feather in our cap. Come on, you bad boy. Oh, damn it, I took too long. I hesitated. I hesitated. That was my fault. Bricklayers in Blackrock, the kitchen in Bleak. Yeah, there are quite a few. But overall, the general rule of thumb is if you zone into it, it's gonna build your cabin fever risk. There are some that don't build your cabin fever risk, but those are fewer. Those are fewer than the ones that you zone into. I don't think this place gives you cabin fever. Even though you can cure things here, and you can warm up here, I don't think this gives you cabin fever. Hey, blondie girl, how you doing? Hello, hello. Yeah, I think right now in my house, let's see. It's, according to my high-tech temperature gauge, it's 86 degrees in here. I think church is outdoors. I'm pretty sure the churches are outdoors as well. I'm pretty sure the church is outdoors. I hear a clippity-cloppity. I'm gonna see if I can get this deer. Like right in front of us right now. He's over this hill. At least that's where it sounded like he was. Yep, there he is right there. I have the high ground, dear. You cannot win. He should go up there and he should turn around and run back down, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, he's just gonna chill up out there, huh? Yeah. And it's on a hill, though. That kind of sucks. That's okay. We can harvest them up. We can carcass harvest them and take them back down into the hut. We have 2 air conditioners. They cannot keep up. Yeah. We have a, heat pump thing, and it can't keep up either.
The sun's setting. It's gonna get a lot colder soon.
There we go. We got him. One more feather in our cap, boys and girls. A little more food for us, you know? I forgot we have 20 arrows now. That's awesome.
Carry this load for much
I
longer.
know. I'm gonna whine now. I can't carry this load very much longer. Boo-hoo. A boo-a-hoo. Big baby.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
Ah, you're fine now, buddy. Don't worry about it. Let's drop the meat bags out here. Go get the other meat bags real quick. Meat bag. I am a meat popsicle.
Just need to close my eyes.
Yeah, you do, but, we'll do that inside the church. Get a little meat harvested up. We'll get a little sleepity-boo. I think they upped the indoor temperature in the church here, too. Because as far as I remember, it was never this warm inside the church. It was always inside the church was usually as cold as it was outdoors. But I think they warmed it up a little bit. Let's do it with our hands. Let's do it with our hands. Why not? Yeah, Bavella, we hit that guy right in the nose. That was a hell of a shot. I was hoping we'd hit him at all, but it was great that we hit him right in the face. Right in the schnoz. Oh, there's that stupid animal fat. God, I wish we could just opt out of getting animal fat. It's so annoying. All right, let's get a little sleep here. We should be able to sleep through the night in here. Do we risk it? Do we risk it for the biscuit? I think we do. I think we risk it and the biscuit. Could be risky. We could die. Hopefully we won't. Nah, we're fine. Just a little bit. It wasn't even cold with our blanket on. In our bedroll, we weren't even cold last night. It's adding another 6.8 degrees for us. Okay, let's go ahead. It looks like... Can we get a mag lens fire going? No.
Something's gotta go.
We'll do it with the hack stop. Because it's not too cold. You notice our temperature's not going down a lot. And then I'll check and see if I can get a mag lens fire going. I have a feeling a mag lens fire is going to become available at some point here. Still 0% chance, okay? Grab a piece of cedar. I mean, right now is the coldest part of the day. That's why it's cold in here at the moment. Still 0% chance. We'll summon a lich, man. Come on, you have to be sunny enough. No. No sunny in Philadelphia right now. Look at all this animal fat we got.
Too heavy.
Good lord, that's a lot of animal fat. Actually, can I destroy the animal fat? Is that possible? Yes. Beautiful. I didn't even think about that option. We can just destroy it and get rid of it. Alright, let's just start a fire here. Mag lens? No. I'm gonna go grab my water here in just a second. That doesn't sound good. Sounds like a storm going on outside. Hey, Jaco, how you doing? There we go. I'm gonna go grab my drink real quick. Be right back.
Too much stuff to carry.
Ah. We'll just eat these small pieces of meat, because why not? That'll just leave that'll leave the big ones for us. There we go. A little bit in one room. It's a really old building, not an actual house. Yeah, well, and honestly, you know, Anna, a lot of older buildings, they weren't built with air conditioning in mind. We tend to live in very self-contained houses these days. They're almost hermetically sealed, you know? Back in the day, they didn't do that. Our furnace broke. It's going to be grand to fix it. Oh, God. Furnaces are the worst. I'm so thankful my mom's place has an old-fashioned wood stove in it. If she ever needs heat and something else goes out, like power goes out or something like that, she can just throw it in, she's ready to go. Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. Furnaces are not cheap to get fixed. Furnaces are usually a pretty expensive proposition. These two little babies can go over here. I haven't had a chance to straighten my meat out here, so I'm just gonna get my meat straightened out real quick. I'm gonna play with my meat for a second. Hold on a second while I play with my meat, okay? It's play with your meat time with Atheenon. My favorite time of the day. See, we got some deer meat there. We got some moose meats over here. This is me looking away. Oh, you don't need to look away. Nothing to see here. It's all safe for work. The not safe for work. That's on OF. Hey now. Because I was going for the double entendre there. I like a little double entendre, maybe even some triple entendre. This just makes me feel better about the world, you know? Alright, are these done? These are done. There we go. It just makes me feel better having it all kind of organized. And you know, once we get done with the challenge and come back here, look at all this meat that we're gonna have just laying around, just waiting for us. It's gonna be awesome. And like I said, more than anything, it just gives me a sense of calm, knowing that it's all lined up nice and neat. Ah, there we go. And this is the meat from two moose as well. This isn't just one moose. This is two moose, and we have meat. And we have meat over at the Riken, as well as the lighthouse, as well as Hibernia. So we've got meat everywhere. Exactly. See, Gasbeard gets it. Hey, Cindy, how you doing? Gasbeard, how are you doing today, my friend? I hope all is well with you. That just makes me feel a whole lot better.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Oh, you can carry as much as I want you to carry, my friend. Oh, see, now it's bugging me. My meat's not lined up, boys and girls. By the way, I saw they did drop a trailer for season 2 of the live-action One Piece. Can I get a? I'm excited about that. I'm super excited about that. I love the first season of One Piece live-action. So super excited to see that they just dropped the trailer for season 2. I don't know anything that's going on because I'm not a One Piece aficionado, but I'm excited about it. I mean, as a total normie who knows nothing about One Piece, I'm like, yay! It looks really cool. It looks really good. I'm gonna move the wolf and the rabbit down here. I just like the aesthetics of it. The aesthetics of it just look amazing. But that's what I really liked about the first season. The first season just leans into it. I think the thing I like about the One Piece live action more than anything, it is just unapologetically. It's unapologetically like, hey, this is our world. You can either buy into our fantasy world or you can't. And we aren't gonna give any little. You know how a lot of times a lot of times when they do a fantasy setting or something like that, they'll do a wink to the audience of like, oh, we know this is kind of ridiculous, but we're doing it. But just just go along with it because it's fun. You know, One Piece doesn't do that. You believe everything about the world because even though snail phones make no sense whatsoever. And when I first saw them, I was like, what the hell is this? It's like, hey, that's just how they communicate in this world. I mean, it's no difference than having a crystal, a palantir in Lord of the Rings, or a crystal, a talking stone in some other fantasy thing. That's just how they communicate. And I like that. I like when a show like that just leans into it and goes, hey, this is our world, buy into it or not, we don't care. We're going to present you our world as it is, and you can enjoy it. And I think that's just really cool about what they did with it. It feels very good. And the amount of lore that they put into it, too, is just really cool. Just the world building and stuff. It just leaves me with lots of questions, but they're good questions. They're me questioning good things. Me going, well, why is this way? Oh, well, I know they'll explain it. I mean, I went on after the first season, I went on a whole deep dive about how hockey works because hockey is a thing they haven't even explained in One Piece. And my son, he's a big One Piece guy, and he was like, I was like, okay, well, how does how does Garp do the stuff he does? How does what are these powers that it appears people are using? Is that devil fruit or is that something else? And my son was explaining it all to me, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go look it up. And I kind of like that they don't explain it to you. It's kind of cool that they don't. Oh, look at that! That right there is a thing of beauty, boys and girls. That's a thing of beauty right there. That makes me go, I've got so much food. I'm a happy camper. All right, let's repair up our... Yeah, let's repair our socks up because those always get worn down fast. I'm just a fan of the live action. I'm what you would call a normie, Marley. I know zero about One Piece other than the live action. The thing though that I think is great about the live action is that it's very easy for normies to get into, which is what you need to make something like that's what you need with a show like that to give it mass appeal. Is it's great to give fan service and to have fans get excited about something, but if you can draw the normies in, then you'll have a hit. And that's what they did really well. That's what they did really well. I mean, there's something to be said for catering to your fans, and I think like Arcane did a really good job at that. It was easy enough for normies to understand, like myself, but at the same time there were a ton of Easter eggs in there that once you know what you were looking at, or if you were a fan of League of Legends, you knew what you were looking at, and you could appreciate the little Easter eggs they threw you. So I think that's a very, a lot of times you'll see shows that just leave you scratching your head because you're like, I have no idea what's going on, and they're not explaining anything, and they tend to die off quick because they're meant for a certain fan base. Oh, I was talking about season 2 of One Piece. The trailer for season 2 of One Piece just dropped. So I was discussing how I like how One Piece has put their stuff together, where it's easy for old normies like me to figure it out. Okay, let's see. We got all that stuff there. I don't really need to repair any of that. We got our cured rabbit pelts here. Got some guts curing there. We got a rabbit pelt almost cured there as well. Who, what, or where is One Piece? One Piece is a anime. Well, it started out as a manga, and now it's an anime, and then it's an anime as well. And now they've adapted it into a live action. One Piece is an anime that's been going on for what, or a manga that's been going on for like 30 years at this point. Been going on for a long time. And they finally adapted it into a live action. And they did a good job on it. They did a good job. The One Piece refers to the treasure that they're going after. It's called the One Piece. Yeah, it's about 1,300 episodes. Yeah, you know, Chalk, my son finally caught up on all the episodes, and he's so bummed about it because he's like, now I have to wait for new episodes to come out. He's so bummed that he has to wait for the new episodes now to come out. No, you're thinking of hentai. You're thinking of hentai. Anime is completely different. Is this popular as Dragon Ball series or Detective Conan or Sailor Moon? Super long series, yeah. It's been around for a long, long time. Long time. I just never was into it. It came out what, 30 years ago, so what, 95 or so. I wasn't really into anime back then. I got into a little anime in the, thank you for posture check, by the way. I got into a little anime back in the late 80s, early 90s, but then I just never got into it too much. It wasn't really my bag. I enjoyed some of it, but it just wasn't really my thing. My thing. I think I want to use. Let's go see if we got any rabbits over here. I still need to get more rabbits. You don't care for anime? Well, a lot of people don't. And there's multiple reasons people don't like anime. One is that usually the best anime to watch is if it's not dubbed. You want to watch it in the original, the original language. Which, if you don't like subtitles, like my ex-best friend, she didn't like subtitles at all, so she didn't really like watching foreign films or anime or anything like that. So if you don't like subtitles, it's really hard. It's a really hard barrier to get through. And also just the The storytelling's very different from Americanized stuff. What did I think of Akira? Akira was good. Akira was really good, actually. I really enjoyed Akira. I really enjoyed Akira a lot. That was sort of one of the big ones. Yeah, anime wasn't really popular in North America for a long time. Back in the 80s, it was hard to get a lot of anime. It was hard to find it. It was a very niche thing. And now you go into Barnes and Nobles and they have like entire sections that are all manga. Entire whole categories that are manga now. Which I just find hilarious. Where are all the freaking... I can't have killed all the rabbits. I can't have killed all the rabbits. That's just ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's crazy talk. Let's check up in Katie's secluded corner one more time. Oh, there's a rabbit. There's 2 rabbits. Got them both, baby. Oh, yeah. Let's go. That's just to get the achievement. I don't know how many I still need, but we're getting closer. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to check up there. We need to head in. What is that? Oh, there's stuff out here. Hold on. What is that? What is that? Is that a fish? That's a fish. Fish. Oh, fish. There we go. Woo. I know it's getting heavy. What's the plan for the day? Got about another hour of Long Dark, and then I'm going to switch over. I'm going to play a little 7 Days tonight as well. We're going to get back into our progressive nightmare in the Afterlife mod. We almost died. If you haven't seen the last episode, we almost died on Horde Night. The Horde actually broke into our place and got us. What we need to do right now is we need to get out and do a lot of looting, and we need to concentrate on getting construction books or workbench books. We need like 15 more to get the concrete mixer unlocked, because we need to get everything upgraded to concrete. We need to get everything upgraded to concrete, and we need to get out. We need to get ourselves prepared for the next Horde Night, because we are getting irradiated zombies on Horde Night, and they were strong enough and broke through into our base and almost killed us. I was literally bleeding out and almost dead, and we were able to recover and come back. But it was bad. It was bad, and we need to get ammo going. We got lots of stuff we gotta do. We gotta get ammo. We gotta get everything going on. We gotta get all the hard ways working. Is that another fish out here? I think it's another fish. Can I grab him? Another coho, baby. Got another coho. Hey, Raw Flux, thank you for the sub over on the YouTube side. We are almost to 7,000 subscribers on YouTube, which I think is pretty dang cool for a tiny little channel like mine. We're almost to 7,000 subs. We were very close, and then a bunch of people unsubbed. We were very close, and then we got a bunch of unsubs. We were at like 69.97, and then we went down to 69.93, and I was like, oh! Now we're going backwards, damn it. It made me sad. But we're almost to 7,000 subs over on the YouTube side, which is cool. And subbing on YouTube is the same as becoming a follower here on Twitch. Doesn't cost you anything. You get some alerts about new videos I put out or when I go live stream. You can turn those alerts off if you want, but it does allow you to support the channel in that way by being a subscriber. So I appreciate y'all subbing up on the YouTube side over there. All right, let's get up to the lighthouse here. We'll harvest our rabbits. We'll cook our fish. You know, Gasbeard, you're more than welcome to borrow a few of the YouTube subs. You know, it's a slow slog on YouTube for me. Very slow slog. My subs go just at a trickle now. There's certain things that help, like when Hinterland was kind enough to mention me in their video. That got me a bunch of subs, which is kind of cool. But usually it's like 20 new subs a month, maybe. Throw one more coal on there. Let's get our rabbity bits going. Let's harvest you up. For little guys like us, Gasbeard, it's and especially being as niche as we are with like survival games, farm sim games, stuff like that, it's very hard to get a following on YouTube. It is. Unless something big happens for you, it's hard to get a lot of people to sub up to your channel on YouTube. It just is. One thing that helps is if you put out a bunch of shorts, and I'm really bad at putting shorts out as well. I don't get into it very much. So that doesn't help me either. As I'm not good at managing my platform. Well, YouTube tends to promote what's popular on their channel, or they tend to promote the popular stuff on their platform. If you're not big, if you don't pop off and become big already, if you're not big already, or you don't pop off and become big, you don't get a lot of attention from YouTube, as far as like in the algorithm. Algorithmically, you aren't really advantaged with them at all. And even putting out lots of videos doesn't help you. It's like, you got to get in their algorithm. And right now they're really pushing YouTube Shorts. YouTube Shorts. They want YouTube Shorts to become the next TikTok. And they know most people have an attention span of like 30 seconds. So, they are pushing those a lot. So... Alright, let's cook up these little tiny pieces. I think I can get the other gut here. Yep. Algorithmically. Algorithmically, yes. The algorithm is not kind to you. Yes, the algorithm. Let's throw one more stick on there. And let's grab a torch and just head upstairs. Oh, we want to drop the hides and the guts here. Yes, we have tons of guts, but you know what? There's never any harm in having more guts. You know what I'm saying? It's always a good thing to have more guts. More guts than less guts. Oh, we're gonna have an aurora. Hold on a second. Take this computer upstairs. We're gonna have an aurora tonight. It's already got a message on it. Alrighty then. Interesting. The problem for you right now is your current sub count number. I don't really look at it as a problem. I'm just like, hey, you know, my YouTube channel, you know, it slowly grows, and I'm happy with what it is. It's like, you know, I'm not gonna get all upset about it or nothing. It's fine. There we go. I figured if we repaired something, that'd bring the aurora on.
Sapping my energy.
Beautiful. We got a new buffer memory. Ooh, The main drive jammed up last night, but no damage to the lens or other components as far as I can tell. A lot of grease and some work with the mallet has got it going again. So he greased it up and he hit it. That's the third time this month we had a breakdown at night. Seas are rough enough this time of year. Anyone coming around the point doesn't need us making it harder on them. It's a funny number, that's what I meant. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, you know, the sub count is what it is. I mean, it goes up and down and up and down, and some of that is due to people unsubscribing from the channel, but some of that also is YouTube going through, and YouTube does go through and get rid of, you know, accounts that have been inactive for years and years and years, or accounts that they suspect are bots, or accounts that are just like dead, basically dead accounts that haven't interacted with the platform for a while. They do cull stuff out every once in a while. And sometimes they'll do like a mass calling where they just call out a whole lot of accounts all of a sudden. But they haven't done that in a while. I wonder how many buffer memories we got. Oh, let's look at this real quick. Carcass harvesting, cooking, fire starting at 5. Ice fishing, we've actually got up to 3. Rifle farm, 3. Archery is like a third of the way through 4 now. Mending is into 4, which is great, but once you get mending 4, you're fine anyway. Revolver firearms at 3, and gunsmithing is not at 1 yet. Buffer memories, we got 7 buffer memories. Hibernia, we've gotten 1. The lighthouse, we've gotten 2. Oh no, we've gotten 3 from the lighthouse. And we got 2 of the 3 from the Quonset garage. Oh no, we got all 3 from the garage. Okay, Quonset garage, we got all 3. So we're full up on the Quonset garage ones. Hibernia, there's 5, but we've only gotten 1. We've got 3 of the 4 here in the lighthouse. That's kind of cool. We don't have any active trades going on. We don't have any photos. We did fix 1 transmitter. That was the one in Pleasant Valley, so we got the Pleasant Valley one fixed. We're only going to fix the one in Pleasant Valley, the one in Bleak Inlet, or the one in Forlorn Muskeg, and the one in Mountain Town. Those are the only 3 we're going to do. There are 6 around. I think it's 6, right? No, 5. There's 5 of them. There is actually a tower in this zone, but I'm not going to fix it. And then there's one also in Black Rock, but I'm not going to fix that either. Yeah, like the Adpocalypse of February 2017, when 90% of all YouTube accounts had their monetization removed due to less than 1,000 subs. Yeah, I mean that they did that. They did that a while ago. Did I get the lockbox here? Yes, I did. Yep, we got the flares out of the lockbox here already. Okay, well, it's kind of stormy normie out there. Let's just break this table down. There, storm went away. See, that's how you get rid of a storm. You just break the table down, you're good to go. But yeah, that back in 2017, that's when they did that. They got rid of a lot of accounts. They demonetized a bunch of accounts that didn't have 1,000 subs. Well, it was a combination of 1,000 subs and a certain number of hours that you had to have. Did you ever get an empty lockbox? Yes, actually. I got an empty lockbox in the one in Mystery Lake. That's in the cave up on top over the lake. That one's always empty on Interloper. It's not even worth going and getting because it's empty. And then there's some of the lock boxes that don't even spawn keys. Like in Broken Railroad, there's a box that's in the Bear's Cave that you can't even get the key for. The key is usually in a truck that's in the maintenance yard, but on Interloper they don't even put the key in it because that lockbox has a revolver in it. which I think is just goofy as hell. I think you should be able to get that revolver, to be honest. I don't see what a revolver and a few bullets, what difference would that make in the game? I think that would actually be kind of cool in Interloper to have that available to you. Yeah. Oh my goodness! LMG Twitch!
Okay.
Hey, buddy!
But I get moved. God, run.
Everybody go give LMG Twitch a follow. LMG Twitch is awesome, dude. Hey, Rootbeard, how's it going, buddy? We've been playing Afterlife. We've been doing Afterlife here a little bit. Rootbeard, how's it going, man? Afterlife has been really fun. I've been doing what I call progressive nightmare in it. But hey, I'm so glad you got to raid us, LMG. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in LMG Twitch's group. I hope you guys are all having a great day. We are currently on day 240. We got 9 days left here in Desolation Point. 9 days left, and then we're leaving, and we're going to Blackrock. We're leaving and going to Blackrock, baby. So we only got 9 days left here, and then we'll be at 250 days, and we head off to the next zone. And then we'll be spending 50 days in Blackrock. Now, the rules when we move from zone to zone are two. There's two rules. Number one, we can only carry what our max weight allows us to carry, and that cannot be affected by food. We can't use the travois, none of that stuff. We can only carry 45 kilos out of this zone. So we got to pick and choose what we're going to take. The other thing is we can only move into a zone that is either adjacent to the zone we're in or adjacent to a zone that we've already spent 50 days in case that, like, because we're in Desolation Point, we've already spent time in Coastal Highway, so we have to do one adjacent to Coastal Highway or Pleasant Valley because those were zones we've already done. So we could go to Blackrock or Mystery Lake. We're going to go to Blackrock because it's the only zone on this side that we haven't done yet, and that'll get it out of the way. Then we'll go to Mystery Lake, Bleak Inlet, Forlorn, Mountain Town, Hush River, and finally into Broken Railroad, and then off to the far territory. So, got a lot to go on this run still, but we finally did our forge run. We got some bows and arrows. We got some good stuff going on. Yeah, I'm gonna repair that again. There we go. Let's get inside of it here real quick, and then I can say hi to everybody. But that's what we're doing, and it's been good. We got 2 moose in this zone. I don't know how that happened. We got 2 moose, so I got a moose hide cloak and a moose hide satchel. We also made the wolf skin cloak, because why not? We had lots of wolves. Lots of wolves to kill. We might as well do it. Might as well do it. We found an aviator cap. Awesome possum sauce. We also found a Christmas sweater, which I love, the festive sweater. And we got rabbit skin gloves. We got deer skin pants and boots. We got the old decent combat pants underneath those. We got 1 pair of underwear. That's the only thing we haven't found is a 2nd pair of underwear. And, but we did get the improvised insulation, and we're hanging on to the crampons just in case we want to use them. But I hope y'all are having a great day. We got about another 30 minutes left of Long Dark. About 30 minutes left of Long Dark. And then we're going to be switching over and playing some 7 Days to Die. We're using the Afterlife mod, which Rootbeard is responsible for that. But we're using the Afterlife mod, and we're playing what I call Progressive Nightmare, where basically we started out with everything set at the lowest difficulty level, like lowest difficulty, lowest run speed. We had 7-day hordes. We had horde damage and regular damage from zombies very low. As far as block damage, the number of zombies during basically everything was set to the easiest. And then every 2 days we spin a wheel and we make something harder. At this point, we've got nightmare speed. We got day zombies going at nightmare speed, horde zombies at nightmare speed. Block damage is up to like 125 or 150%. We've got multiple upgrades that we've done on Horde Night. We're on day 43. And Horde Nights are down to every 6 days now as well. We barely survived the last Horde Night. They broke it. We finally got rads, and they broke into our base, and they started beating on me, and I had to run around a little bit, and I was literally bleeding out, and had to jump back in the base and slap a bandage on because I almost died. It was horrifying. So I don't know how much longer we're gonna live. And once we die, we're done. It's a single life. We aren't doing any resets. Well, we aren't doing any resets unless something untoward happens. Like, say, we accidentally get pushed into one time I was in a base and I was standing on top of my hatch. I opened the hatch and it pushed me into the ceiling and into a trap up above, and I died from a spike trap because I couldn't get out of it. So in that instance, we'll restart. But if it's a zombie that kills us or we fall or something like that, we ain't starting over. But I must say, Rootbeard, I've been really enjoying the Afterlife mod a lot. As usual, man. It's one of my favorite mods. I love the learn by doing. I love being able to make my own books. Today in the Afterlife mod, our main goal is to get enough pieces of paper that we can make 15 more books for forging, because we need 15 more forge books to get to concrete, and we need concrete. They're breaking through everything else. So I need to get concrete ASAP. And even that's probably not going to be enough, but it's going to be something at least. So we need to get concrete, and we need to get more bullets. So we need to go get nitrate as well. Now, I did get super lucky on the last place we raided. We found ourselves a steel pickaxe, which I was like, oh my god, that's awesome. It was the best loot we could get, was a steel pickaxe there. That's one of the other things I love about the Afterlife mod too, is like, yeah, I found a steel pickaxe that's at a couple thousand quality, which means I can repair it maybe 4 or 5 times, and then it's done. Then I have to go back to my scrap pickaxe. So even though I found a steel pickaxe, you're still incentivized to learn how to, make other stuff, because you're eventually going to use it up, because every time you repair it, it goes down in quality. You're eventually going to use it up and have to make your own. So you don't want to just fall behind and not be able to make your own stuff, which I really enjoy. By the way, Rootbeard, the behemoth zombie is absolutely terrifying. This is my first run where I've played with the behemoth zombie in the game, and he is absolutely terrifying. Luckily, I built my position way up high where he can't reach me. He can't get up the narrow stairs that it requires to get to me. So he just sits down at the bottom of the hospital and just keeps beating on the walls all the time. And then I have to go deal with him in the morning. Although I guess he does despawn after a while. But I have to go deal with him in the morning, which is always a joy and a half. And back to Hibernia, where we have all of our cured food. We got lots of meats out here. But yeah, the behemoth zombie is definitely an interesting one. I like him, though. I like having that big boy in there. Hey, we got another piece of cured fish. We aren't going to cure any more meat, but I'm going to throw the salt in here anyway. There we go. Please give me a little bit of salt. I covered this area up because I kept falling through the floor. This is our base, though. Basically, we got. Oh, I gotta show you our Art Deco piece. Where's our art piece? Oh, did I leave it downstairs? Where's my artwork? Where did my artwork go? Hold up, wait a second. Oh, there it is. I missed it. There's not a lot of art we could do here, unfortunately. Not a lot of art. So we have a very basic art structure. It's just We call this one basic cups and pitchers. There's not a lot of options in this zone. We did bring some little hangings over here to put on the walls and stuff. Brought the computer in here so we could check it if we needed to. Let's drop the little extra lantern fuel here. We'll definitely be taking that and that and that with us. I'll definitely be taking that and those and the acorns with me. I'll take all 3 of my thermoses. I'll take the distress pistol because I keep hoping against hope I'll find a shell somewhere. But chances are we probably won't. Of course, we'll take our travois. We'll take all of our whetstones with us. The wires and the replacement fuses I really don't need. We will take a few guts. We will take a few hides with us. I'm definitely taking the bear hide with me. I'll probably repair all my stuff to 100% before we leave. And then, of course, we will take our arrowheads, some arrow shafts with us as well. And we'll probably take a maple or 2 with us. So we got a few things to take out of here. I can throw these guts in here. But yeah, we're pretty good. We're pretty well set up, I think. Hey, Red 5, buddy, how's it going? Again, LMG Twitch, thank you so much for the raid, my friend. I don't know, did somebody actually, well, even if they did. I'm going to give LMG Twitch a shout out there real quick. Last playing some Long Dark.
No crap.
But how you doing, Red 5? I hope you're having a great day, man.
God, run. Come on.
Are you streaming later today, Red 5?
No!
Give Red 5 a shout out there too. Red 5 is part of the Pause Fellowship stream team that Gameslift and I put together. He's an awesome dude. You need to go check him out sometime and give him some love.
Snail pin. Oh no. Oh,
There you go.
no,
Play some marbles on stream with him. Met Red 5 a long time ago.
I'm sorry.
What were you playing? Were you playing Icarus back then? I don't know. Were you playing? Was it Icarus that you were playing? Or was it? Oh, it was Icarus. Okay, yeah. Thank you for the Bear Apocalypse there as well, Fulgario. I appreciate that. So yeah, met Red 5 back when he was playing some Icarus. Introduced him to the Long Dark. Yeah, you had a blizzard. Yeah, you had an outside cam on. Yep, I remember that. Yep. But met him back in the day. And he's a great guy. He's very, very chill. Unlike me, he's super chill. Me, I'm chill sometimes. But my chill goes away some days, so. I changed. No, I didn't change your life, dude. You were just fine. You were just fine. I got to meet an awesome dude that day. See, we kind of cleaned up the place in here. We kind of cleaned everything up. It looks a lot nicer now. Actually, I'm gonna get the bench here. Put it down here in front of the table so we have a place to sit. Take the shelf. We'll put the shelf over here. Got to put it in front of the window. There we go. This shelf is off, so I'm gonna square it up. There we are. Beautiful. You introduced me to Long Dark. I played it every week at least once off or on stream since. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, the Long Dark's all about the love and the sharing. Yeah, we only have 10 days or 9 days left now. Yeah, 9 days left in this zone now. So that's pretty exciting. Very happy about that. And we do have some cured meat we can take with us to the next zone as well. I think I want to start moving stuff. I think I want to start moving my gear that I want to take with me. So we're definitely taking the burdock root. We're definitely taking that. We're gonna take we're gonna take all of our torches to Blackrock, our mushrooms, all 3 of our thermoses. We take the travois. I think the rest of this stuff I'm gonna leave here. Definitely want to take my toolkit. And actually, though, I'm going to leave the toolkit here for right now because we may use that in upcoming days. Yeah, oh, I've got reclaimed. That's the one thing about this zone. You never run out of reclaimed wood. I already have a backup bow, so I'm going to take both of those. I have guts at the church already, so I'm going to take my bear hide, my leather. I'm going to take hides that I don't have at the church already. I will take a couple of deer hides just to have them. I have plenty of rabbit hides there. Actually, I'll take a couple rabbit hides. I'll take all my cloth. Okay, that put us a little bit over. That's not bad, though. Wow, we're doing pretty good already. Let's take our carrots with us, of course. Take our flour, our oats. Take our, let's take our big thing of cooking oil and our tea. And then we just got cans of stuff in there. We're only at 48 kilos right now. That's awesome, because we got wood and stuff on us, too. We got other stuff on us that we don't need. It's about 104. Yeah, it feels like it's 101 here. Today it got up to 98 here. But it's supposed to cool off the next couple of days. Well, it's supposed to be hot tomorrow. 97 tomorrow. It got to 99 today. But then it's going down to 83 Wednesday, and then to mid to high 70s on Thursday, and then on Friday and Saturday, it's actually got an 80% chance and a 70% chance to rain Friday and Saturday, and then it starts heating up again next week. But it's not that bad this week, the rest of this week, so it's coming around. Got a question: if I hit a bear with an arrow and go inside a cabin, does it glitch out the bear and he disappears? Thought that was fixed, but it happened to me today. It's never been fixed. They lied. They lied to you. They're liars. It never was truly fixed. They might say it was fixed, Red 5. It wasn't fixed. It was never fixed. And it probably never will be fixed.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Yeah, that's been broken. That's been broken for a while. Yeah, so the thing is that technically your arrow does not disappear. It's just going to be really hard to find your arrow because now it's in the snow somewhere. Why does that feel? It feels like a blizzard coming on, and we're pretty tired. I don't think I'm travel right now. I don't think I'm gonna travel right now. No, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. I do have a little bit of salt on me. I'm not gonna travel with a lot of salt. I'll take one thing of salt just to make some broth. But we will find salt in Blackrock. Probably not enough right away to make a smoking thing, but there are caves in Blackrock that we can get salt from. So we will find salt in Blackrock. I gotta go put these away, boys and girls. I got a 10-ounce bag of Jujube nougats. These lovely little... I gotta go put this away because otherwise I'm gonna eat the whole thing because I can't stop myself. I have zero self-control. So I'm gonna go put them away right now so I stop eating them. I had to choose. Did I want Mountain Dew or did I want Mountain Dew Baja Blast? I went with the Baja Blast version myself because I like Baja Blast. It's my fave. It's not as good as the Baja Blast you get in at Taco Bell. Because the Baja Blast you get at Taco Bell, they add crack to. They do. They add crack to the Baja Blast you get at Taco Bell. It's just a fact. All right. Well, we got plenty of food and stuff on us. Yeah, we're just gonna chill out here. Let's see what we can repair. Your babies are big now. You rehome 3 of the baby roosters. Aww. The baby roosters are so cute. Let's repair you up. There we go. How much sunlight we got left? We got plenty of sunlight left. I wish I had a book to read. I'd read a book right now. Let's sharpen you up. We are getting 5% now on our sharpens, which is great. I'm not going to fix you up because I'm going to grab the... Oh, I need to grab the other hacksaw as well. I could not tell from your pictures, Cass, that you love your chickens. Hey, Trey Davis, how you doing, buddy? All right, so we got pretty much everything we want on us. You know what I could do with these rose hips is I could just make them up into prepared rose hips. I have plenty of rose hips in Coastal Highway that we could use for trades later on. I could just prepare a bunch of these up and just make them. There's no point not making them. I'm going to leave the Reshi mushrooms because those I'm going to use for prepper pies. But yeah, Trey, we're still doing some long dark here and there. Having fun with it, doing our challenge. Right now I'm just trying to use up the rest of the day. There we go. Don't really want to repair that or that. Everything else is above 90%. Yeah, we're getting 25-degree warmth bonus now. We get the bear hide. Bear hide coat's going to give us another degree of warmth. If we get another pair of underwear, we'd have another degree of warmth. I mean, we'll definitely go for the bear hide. The bear hide cloak will replace the wolfskin coat with a bear hide coat. But then I sort of want to try, at some point, I want to try to make the bear hide bed. We need 18 fur for it. Like favorites, your lower durability bow or Magellan's auto-selecting for fires when possible. Yeah. I wish it would give you the lower durability one. I have to always go in and choose it though. I do have 100% bow on me. The bow we're using right now is at 14%, but that 14% bow has lasted us this entire time. That's our first bow we made, and it's lasted us the entire time here in the zone. I wonder what that is. What does the 23 mean? Oh! I was like, because I only have 20 arrows, but I have three fire-hardened arrows as well. So it's totaling up all my arrows. Interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, I wish it would, you know, Trey, I wish it would definitely select the mag lens before. So I've been thinking about the game, how it could be better. Don't you think it would be nice to select favorites for quick actions? Yes, it would. It would be nice, Trey, if you could go in. You know how on food items, you can actually add them to your radial menu? It would be nice if you could go in and add your bow to the radial menu or the mag lens to the radial menu. Even if they could just do that for us. So that we could go in here and go, okay, I want to make a campfire and I want to use X thing for it. Or we could go into this here and we could pick the bow that we wanted to make based on the percentage. That would be super nice if it allowed us to do that. If we could do it, because right now, you know, say I want to have all my stims on my radial menu. I could just go through, add all the stims, add my bandage, be like, I also want to have one of you on there, and I want to have one of you on there. And then I can go into my medicine and look at that. All the stuff I want is on there. Now I got all my stims, my bandages, a birch bark tea, a reshy tea, and I got my old man beer wound. Boom. As a console player, I really think there's some small optimizations to help because on mouse and keyboard, I know it's not as much of a time sink, but on controller, it really adds up. Oh, yeah, I can imagine. Oh, I totally get it, Trey. One thing I would really like to see is I would really like to see the... Wait a second. I left my pot behind. My pot's over in the lighthouse. No, my pot's at the Riken. I'd really like to see a hot button placed for the cooking skillet. I wish that the radial menu was more customizable. I wish there were some fixed items like these. These are fine being fixed, but these slots here, you should be able to choose certain items like your skillet, your can. Like this here is the can slot. This should be just a variable slot based on what it should default to the can, but you can pick an item. You can say, I want this specific item to be on my radial menu. So I should be able to pick my skillet and go, I want it to be on my radial menu, and that would override the can being there. Just like you can override what goes on this menu by clicking on, you know, the add to radial. Because like if I take all of these off the radial menu, if I don't command those to be on the radial menu, now when I go here, see it throws some rose hip teas on there. It throws it doesn't put my other tea on there. It only puts 2 of my stims on there. So, you know, that's the thing is like when you can add it to your radial menu, it actually gives you a lot more versatility to what you decide to have on there. And I wish they would do that overall. I wish they would allow us to do that with the other radial menus. Cause see, like that's a lot better now. Now I got my bandages on there, my old man beard wound. I got all 4 of my stims. Got an emergency birch bark tea, an emergency that, and then I can go into here, and I can actually add, like, say, a prepper's pie to the radial. So if I go to food, there's always going to be a prepper pie there for an emergency OS situation. You know, and I can make sure my cattails are always on there. I can make sure that my, you know, that the rest of my food, some of my food stuff, and maybe one of my get my tea on there, my coffee on there, so that when I go to my drink menu, now I have my teas and my coffees on there. When I go to my food menu, I have these items on there that I want on there now. So it's nice that you can do that with the food and the water and the medicine, but I wish you could do that with the tools as well. So you could actually determine what tools are on your menu for you, instead of the game forcing you to have certain things on there. Because really, how often do I use cans? Not very often. And this menu here is like completely vacant of stuff. If they wanted to give us extra spaces, they could put more stuff on here. Because there's like nothing that goes into these slots. And this one here, since when are you ever going to have, what, 2, 4, 6, when are you going to have 8 weapons? When are you going to have 8 weapons? This should be a weapon/tool place. So this one should have weapons and tools. Like you should have pots and weapons on this one. Because, I mean, really, you have your bow, your revolver, your rifle, your flare gun. So you got four items that go into that. And rocks. So you got rocks as well. So you got 5. So you got 3 slots in here that don't even have a specific slot. But you should be able to customize this as well. I should be able to put both of my bows on here. I should be able to put my 100% bow on there and my lower percentage. That way I can go to this menu and pick which one I want without having to open my inventory, go into tools, pick the bow, use the bow, and then, you know, it adds a whole nother step to it. So there's definitely some advantages to you know, there's definitely some stuff they can improve. You get annoyed when I have a torchlit and I have to click 5 times to select it when making a fire, especially when a wolf is breathing down my neck. Yeah. And that's the thing, is like when you're lighting a fire, this is my opinion. When you're lighting a fire, it should always default to whatever tool you have. If you have a torch or a flare lit in your hand, it should automatically default to that. It should just automatically default to that. If you don't have a torch lit in your hand, it should, and the weather's good enough, and it should automatically tell you this. If the weather's good enough and you don't have a torch lit and you go to light a fire, it should automatically default to the mag lens if you're outdoors and the weather's good enough. And if either of those situations is not in play, it should automatically default to your fire striker. If you don't have a torch or a flare lit, if you're outside and the weather's not good enough to do a mag lens fire, it should automatically either default to a fire striker or to a match. Fire striker first, match second, or fire striker first if you have one, match if you don't have one. Because then it's automatically giving you the best option for how you want to light that fire. It's going to look at lit items in your hand, then it's going to gauge the weather, and if you're outdoors, and go mag lens after those, and then it's going to go fire striker matches. That's the order it should go in. Lit tools, mag lens if you're outdoors, fire striker match. And right now it's just like you said, you got to click like a whole bunch of times to get to the torch, to use the torch that you already have lit in your hand, and you got a wolf or a bear or something breathing down your neck, and you're already panicked about lighting the fire, and it's like, it's annoying. It's just purely annoying. It's like, why do I have to go through all this? But see, that's the thing, Trey. They could even set it in the game, though. I think, like I laid out, they could set it in the game where it's torch or flare first, depending on which one you have in your hand. And then if you don't have either of those in your hand, it'll look at weather. It'll look indoor, outdoor, and if the weather's good enough, it'll give you the mag lens, and then it will default to the fire striker next, and then matches after that. I don't see. I think that would totally. I think that would totally work just fine, even if they just set up a default path like that. But I don't understand why I'm carrying a torch around and it always defaults to my fire striker. That's annoying as crap. Because it's like, you know how many times I've had a lit torch in my hand and I'm in a panicked hurry and I get down and I get a fire going and it starts using my fire striker and I'm like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. I just wasted fire striker even though I had a lit torch in my hand. That is just mind-boggling annoying. Mind-bogglingly annoying. I know it's probably not that hard. Like you said, it's like 3 lines of code. It's probably not that difficult to do that. At least I don't see why it would be. I mean, to me, it seems like it would just be a, if true, this happens. If true, this happens. If true, this happens. You see, like, if we go to put a fire down right now, it's going to default to the fire striker. Which is fine, because the mag lens is not available. It's fine. It defaults to the fire striker. That's cool. But, you know, if I had a lit torch in my hand, guess what? It's still going to default to the fire striker. It's like, why would it default to the fire striker if I had something lit in my hand, you know? It should always default to the lit item in your hand. A 93% fire striker. And cross, that's my good fire striker. My other fire striker is at 50-some% or 40%. Yeah, that's how we roll, baby. That's how we roll. Wonder whatever happened to canned-cooked recipes they were going to add. Yeah, you know, I don't know what happened with that. I think that might have got scrapped, to be honest. Let's fix this up real quick. Yeah, I think that got scrapped. I don't know, though. I think that, let's see. Oh, the cans can make bannock. You can make bannock in the cans. So cans can make bannock, but that just... You can make bannock in anything. So what's the point? What exactly was the point, you know? You picking up what I'm putting down? Supposed to eat that. I'm going to concentrate on eating this fish over the next few days. Because the fish gives us vitamin C. And we're going to be at a we're going to need the vitamin C going into Black Rock. Now there is a... Is there a place to fish in Black Rock? I don't... Okay, where the hell is my pot? It's not on there. Did I leave it in the lighthouse? I must have left it at the lighthouse. Now I'm very confused. Now I'm very, very confused. Yeah, I don't think there's a place to fish in Black Rock. That is odd. I hate it when you leave your pot behind and you can't remember where your pot is. Luckily we have like 8 more days to figure out where our pot is, so we won't leave it behind, but it is kind of frustrating. The thing I've been most surprised about, well, I guess it is almost day 250. Animals do spawn slower as time moves on, and they're less frequent. Longer broke my heart this weekend. 250-day Interloper run. Finished all the tails, but Sutherland's final special request is bugged, unable to complete. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, Scotty Booms, I'm so sorry about that. I thought they fixed the bugs in that quest. I thought they fixed them. Did they not fix them? Hey! There's my arrow that I lost earlier. That's probably where that deer came and died. Remember, I shot a deer and he ran off and I could never find him. And I know that's not from the moose because we found all the ones from the moose. I bet that's my arrow from earlier on when that deer ran off and died somewhere. I couldn't find the little bugger. That's awesome. We got our arrow back, boys and girls. Yes! 100% arrow recovery. Flawless victory, baby. Flawless. I know my pot's probably in the lighthouse, but we're gonna go up here and dump stuff off first. I've got fishies on me, and I got a whole bunch of gear on me that I just need to dump off. Found arrow hype, yes, found arrow hype. Finding an arrow in the snow always feels like you just like stumbled over the best loot in the game. Because you know you kind of in your mind you've resolved yourself to the fact that you've lost that arrow forever. You're just kind of like, well, that's just how the game goes. You know, the arrow's gone. You know, the animal ran off. I can't find him, and you kind of have to mentally just like be okay with it. You just got to be like, yep, I lost my arrow, and it kind of sucks, but you just deal with it. But then you find it later on, and you're like, woohoo! It's like the best feeling. You're like, yes, I found my arrow. And usually that arrow's in good shape because it has only been fired once. Oh, look at the meat. Look at the meat. Look at the meat. Look at my meat. Whoa. This is our travel food, this cured meat. It gives so much calories for so little weight. I think this is what? 900 calories for 0.2 kilos. I'll leave this coho here too. Coho! Coho! It makes me feel better, Tea Leaf. Hello, it's not can-cooked recipes, it's recipes without tools. You can cook bannock without a skillet. Oh, okay. Oh, so is that what the symbol is? See, they were supposed... That's what this symbol is here, is without tools. See, they were supposed to come out with canned recipes, though. That was in the notes, originally. That there were going to be recipes for the skillet, the pot, and then also for cans. And I think they just gave up on the canned ones, to be honest. I think they just gave up on them. They're like, we're fine. We don't need to do the canned ones. I'm gonna drop the hides here. We're just gonna leave all the hides out because why not? I don't want to have the hides in a box because they'll just take up room. That gives us enough rabbit hides to do what we need, and as you can see, we have plenty of guts here as well. That's beautiful. All right, let's go. Let's dump some stuff in the box here. Oh, that fat hasn't gone away yet. That's all right. We're gonna take it outside here and dump it in this box. Where's the rest of them tinder plugs? Bye-bye. Alrighty. Now we can go ahead and load this box up with stuff that we're taking with us to the next zone. All good there. I'm not putting the carrots in there. Cooking oil doesn't go bad. The flour is actually in good shape. I'll put that in there for right now. And those are in good shape too. I'm going to take my salt. I don't need it right now on me. The carrots I'll leave out because that I'm not going to put in there. Put a couple of those in there. Put my thermoses in there. Let's put the travois in there. Let's put the blue flares in there. Put some of the whetstones in there for right now. Put our maples in there. What's that? All of our burdock root. A bunch of our cloth. And we'll put that and that in there. There we go. What are your thoughts on Hinterland setting the Long Dark 2 in an urban environment? You know, I want to see what they do. I'm very curious to see what they're going to do with it. I think it'll be interesting. It's definitely going to be a different game, Chalk, than what we're playing right now. And the main reason it's going to be a different game isn't even so much the environment that they put it in. The main reason it's going to be a different game is because it's going to be a cooperative game. You're no longer going to have the loneliness aspect of the Long Dark in it. No longer will you be playing by yourself. You'll be playing with other people, and that's gonna fundamentally change the game right there. So, you know, which you can argue it's good or bad. You know, to me, it's meh either way. I don't really care. And mainly the thing is that, you know, here's my biggest fear about the game is that they lean so heavily into the co-op part of it that solo play is not very interesting. That's my big fear. Because a co-op game and a solo game are two completely different. They're completely different animals. Things that work in co-op don't necessarily work in a solo game. And things that work in solo games don't necessarily work in co-op games. Now, that doesn't mean you can't have both. I just feel a lot of times when I play some survival games, that you can sort of tell when you play some that are specifically, it specifically seems like they built this game to be played with other people. You can play it by yourself, but you lose some of the experience by playing it by yourself. If that makes sense. And I don't think Hinterland will have that problem, though, because Hinterland has only made a solo player game before. So they are sort of a solo game developer, and if anything, I have a feeling their co-op is not going to be as good as the solo play. It's one of those where it's a fine line that you have to walk to make your solo play good enough that people want to play it solo, but that you also have a multiplayer that is engaging enough that it doesn't feel too easy if people are playing it together. And it doesn't feel too hard or too sluggish if people are playing it solo. There's our pot. And so that's my main fear, is that it will feel one way or the other. I personally think it's probably going to feel not as good playing at co-op as it is playing at solo, at least in the beginning. Just because Hinterland is a solo, they develop a solo game. That's all they've done. They know how to make a good solo game. They don't know how to make a good co-op game. At least they don't yet. Now, does that mean that their game's going to suck co-op? No, I think it'll be fine. It's just, I don't think they have as much experience making a co-op game as they do a solo game. And so I think the co-op experience is not going to be as good as the solo experience, at least in the beginning. Because they've got 10 years of building a solo game. They have no years of building a co-op game at this point. So them building a co-op game is going to be interesting. And I think it will be decent, but it will probably take a little more time for them to kind of iron out the bumps or the problems or the imbalances, I guess is a better way to put it. It'll probably take them longer to iron out the imbalances between playing solo and playing multiplayer, because you can't just build a solo game and then just throw multiplayer into it and be like, well, hey, everybody have fun, you know, because you make it balanced for one, and then it's unbalanced for the other by default. Because if it's too easy playing, if it's too hard playing at solo, or if it's too easy playing at multiplayer, that probably means the solo experience is a lot more difficult. Or if the solo experience is not very much fun because it's just so damn difficult, and it's grindy. I think that's what a lot of times happens, is that when they build a multiplayer survival game, it's meant to have 3 or 4 people playing it so that you aren't having to grind through all of the building and crafting, and you have people who are managing different aspects of the game, whether they're hunting or they're crafting or they're cooking or they're protecting the place from bad guys or whatever it is. Everybody sort of has a job, but if you're playing it solo, you are doing the job. You're doing all the job. And at that point, it almost becomes kind of grindy to you, because you're like, God, I don't have any time to play the game because I have to manage my food, then I have to manage the workbench, then I have to manage the forge, then I have to manage the cooking, then I have to manage this, and I can't get out and play the game. And so getting that balance is really hard. I mean, getting that balance worked out is probably the toughest thing they'll have to do. I think they'll learn it, though. I think they will. But the people who work at Hinterland come from all over. I worked at places like Ubisoft and Blizzard. They have a variety of experience under their belt other than long drive. That is true. That is true. They have expanded their team a lot, Rootbeard. You are very right with that. They have expanded their team a lot, and they do have a lot of varied experiences now that in the beginning they did not. Which is good. But it is a fine line for them to walk, and I've noticed that with a lot of games. There's a few games that have got it pretty good. I think Icarus has a really good solo to multiplayer experience. I think 7 Days to Die has a pretty decent solo to multiplayer experience. There's others though, like Green Hell is definitely one that I see plays better with multiplayer. There's a few others. Don't Starve Together definitely plays better with multiplayer than with solo. In my opinion. Now this is just my opinion. You know me. I'm wrong 90% of the time. But there are certain games that definitely play better with multiplayer than they do as a solo experience. But I think Hinterland, I think they'll hit the ground running Black Frost as far as being being a solid solo player game, and it'll have multiplayer aspects that they will have to work on a little bit more. And like Rootbeard was saying, they have people who've worked at Ubisoft and Blizzard now, so those people are bringing their experience into it as well, which I think will enhance their ability to, not have to start at 0. They'll be starting, on a scale to 100, they'll be starting at 20. And so their multiplayer will be 20% good, and then they'll be able to work their way up from there. I think overall they'll do a good job with it. They will. I mean, so far Hinterland has not let me down on their product. Yeah, there's always issues I have, but that's because I love the game, and I want to see the game be better. So I always am critical about things that I don't like, because I'd like to see them be improved upon, or and be done better. Fish time. We're eating the fish. We're going vitamin C, baby. Actually, we should go grab all of our fish from all over the place. Did I have fish up at the... I had no fish. I had no fish up at the lighthouse. We have fish out at the Riken. What time of day is it? It's still new. It's still early on. Let's just get a little bit of sleep here, I think. So, can one make a snow shelter inside the church? That's a good question. I don't think so. I don't think you can, and honestly, you don't need to anymore anyway. You have to make it on snow. No. No, it doesn't look like it. There's not enough snow on the ground for it. I mean, snow shelters are hard enough to place as it is anyway. I mean, heck, I can barely place a snow shelter outside. See, there's one tiny pixel there I can place it on, right there. But no, it doesn't look like you can even place it around here very easily. Good lord. Snow shelter physics have always bugged the heck out of me. Snow shelter physics are the absolute worst. The absolute worst. But since this, we cannot make a snow shelter inside. Cannot make one inside, unfortunately. Let's see if the deer up here has dropped us any more feathers. He's our feather friend. He's our fair feather friend. No more feathers, huh? You're kind of a waste of my time then, aren't you, buddy? You're wasting my time there. Pity customization doesn't work in the church. Yeah, it doesn't work in the church or the Riken. I wish, Sasha, in the church you could at least break down the benches if you wanted to. Like, scrap the benches into reclaimed wood. That would be great if you could do that. I would love that. I like the snow shelter, Centis. The snow shelter doesn't come in super handy in Long Dark Interloper. In Interloper, the snow shelter is it's a hard item to place and use properly, because you're going to get cold no matter what before you've got it crafted. And usually you need to craft it in a place that you can build a fire, because without a fire, it's probably going to be cold in it at some point in time. So the snow shelter in Stalker, Voyager, and Pilgrim, the snow shelter has a lot more utility than it does in Interloper, just because of the temperature issue. It's like right now it's negative 30. Negative 30 is the warmest it gets for me these days, and there's hardly any wind chill. So we're only feeling like negative 5 right now, and that's mainly because of the wind chill. Or it's mainly because of the temperature, because our wind chill's at positive 12, so we aren't getting anything from the wind chill. The only reason we're suffering on that is we're at 25 warmth and it's 30 out. Priest will be upset when I break the benches. Yeah, he will. He will, Sasha, but you know that's too bad. But you know, Sintis, the snow shelter is being needed. The snow shelter is needed reworking for the last 6-7 years. The snow shelter has never worked properly. It's hard. It's hard to put it down. One little bump in the snow makes it so it doesn't work very. Like right in here, I can't put the snow shelter down at all. And then there's one little pixel I can put it down on. So the snow shelter does not work very well to begin with. Let's just keep it 100. The snow shelter kind of sucks anyway. I was hoping there'd be a rabbit up here, but there's not. I think multiplayer will be more to solve puzzles and help with traversing, with traversal taking inspiration from games like A Way Out and It Takes Two. At least that's what I took from the trailer. Yeah, and you know, Rootbeard, we don't know what Black Frost is going to be like. I know, I can pretty much say for a fact that it's not going to be like The Long Dark. The Long Dark is its own game. It will have Long Dark feels to it as far as being cold, apocalyptic wasteland, auroras, but it's going to mechanically, I'm sure, be a completely different experience than what we have right now. Which is great. I mean, I don't want them just to do another Long Dark. I mean, we already have Long Dark. What's the point of doing another Long Dark? Now, I do think a lot of the things they've added into the Long Dark recently, like the trader, and the whole trading system, and a lot of that sort of stuff, is kind of in preparation for the second game. Because I'm sure we're going to see some mechanical stuff in the second game that they've been trying out, sort of beta testing in the first game. So I'm sure there's going to be some mechanics in the first game that they carry over into the second, which is good, because they'll already have some good, mechanical stuff going on in the second game already that they don't have to, they don't have to play test or worry about or anything like that. But I'm sure mechanically it's going to be a completely new game. And I'm here for it. Totally here for it. But that is the snow shelter as it is in the game right now. Shelter saved my 500-day loafer run after bear mauling and bedroll ruin. It's got... Oh, yeah. The shelter is great for a bedroll after you get a bedroll maul. Ooh, crow feathers. Crow feathers. That's another arrow, baby. Another arrow right there. Oh, and a dead corpse. Let's see what you got on you. Nothing. Imagine you can do this big obstacle course to reach the cannery, but with more people you can bypass the obstacles and reach the cannery more expeditiously. Oh, yeah. Well, I've always said that the cannery, Rootbeard, they should have a bypass once you've done the maze once. There's several spots that you should be able to lower a rope from, and you can just go in there and climb up the rope and get into the cannery pretty quickly. Like once you get to the cannery, you should be able to just go to the dock and lower a rope there at the end of the dock, and just be able to go down and climb up the rope and get into the cannery. Having to go through that obstacle course every single time, honestly, is just kind of repetitive garbage. It's just annoying. It's annoying more than anything that they make you have to do that each and every time. It shows snow shelters for ice fishing in zones. Oh yeah, we have more coho salmon here. Nice. Nice. I'm picking up all my cohos because we're gonna coho it up. Coho. All right. Yeah, I know you're tired. Well, we're just gonna pass a little time here. So yeah, I wish they had some sort of bypass on that. I've always thought that about the cannery, is you should be able to bypass the obstacle course once you've done it once already. You should be able to just like zippity-doo-dah-day right by it, not have to worry about it anymore.
Not sure why I feel so tired.
Probably because you're tired. Let me guess, you're tired? Let's see if we have some teas we can down here. No, I've drank down all my teas. They're all tiny teas. They're all tiny teas. We love tiny teas around here. I don't have much water. Yeah, I'm just gonna drink one of those. Why not? There we go. Okay. Alrighty. Woo! So we have about, I think, 7 days left in here now. So we went through half our time today. Let's see how much time we got left. Yeah, we got 7 days left, boys and girls. 7 days left now in the zone, and then we're out of here. Then we are out of here. But we are going to switch over games real quick now. For the next few hours, we're going to play a little 7 Days to Die. We're going to be playing in Rootbeard's mod, the Afterlife mod. So if you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to take a short little break. I got to go potty real quick and get up and stretch. I encourage you to all do that as well. I'll be back in just a few minutes on YouTube with the 7 Days to Die stream. So YouTubers, thank you so much for watching. If you did, watch and you enjoyed it, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. If you want to support me monetarily, you can always become a member of the channel. It's only $3 a month. You can support me in that way. YouTubers, I will see you in like 2 and 2. 2 minutes, 2 seconds, just like Chuck Woolery. We'll be back in 2 and 2 with some 7 Days to Die. And for those of you